Hi, hello and welcome into the SupaNuggets video number 2. In today's video we will learn about the Supabase Postgres changes and CronJobs. Let's demonstrate a chat app for today. So as you can see, I have a chat room with two channels. One is general, one is temporary. Temporary channel, every 5 minutes all the data are purged. And the general and temporary channels have this online presence and ability to send the messages that are persistent. So now I'm logged in as two different users and I'm going into this chat UI with my second user. And as you can see, both have online users count 2. And we can chat. Here I can also add a temporary channel, and after 5 minutes, messages are gone. Okay, so let's do a quick overview how it works. First of all, application sends its authorization token to the Realtime WebSocket, and it tries to say, hello, I want to subscribe on Postgres changes on table X. It says hello registered. Then it also says, hey, track my presence. It's also built into the Supabase Realtime. Okay. And then if something in the Postgres table is changed, then it will send the event that new record was inserted, updated, or deleted. Or also it sends changes with the presence. So when you join or leave, then it will also send a message. But it have some performance impact. First of all, in the details, it is constantly polling the Postgres SQL val, and it's polling every 100 milliseconds by default. Then it's listing the changes, and for each of subscriber and each of the row, it needs to apply RLS. That's really not performant solution to do it. I will show in some next nuggets how to do it really performant, but for some easy application or not really super high overload, it could be very fast and very nice way to build application. But in general, it needs to apply RLS for each of the changes. So it can be not super performant, unfortunately. Here you can see in which instance and how much maximum DB changes per second you can expect to handle. And as you can see, the numbers are not super high, but they are also not super low. So if you will reach 500 clients or 500 users in the chat, the problem is different, I would say. So, but in general, if you have RLS enabled 500 connected clients, you can listen to 30 DB changes per second, and per client you have six clients. Later on, I will show the more performant solution, how to implement the real time, but not in this nugget. Now, jumping to the database itself, how it is done. So we have two tables, the chat channel table and chat messages table. In the chat channel, we have the ID, created at, name and type. Type is persistent or non-persistent. This is the custom Postgres type. I will of course link the code in the description. But in general, you can see that later on the chat messages are connected to this chat channel by this channel ID. So chat message itself is the content created by, which is like from the first video, it's connecting the created by to AuthUID, and ID, created at, channel ID, content, and created by. One thing is that in the policies, user cannot directly insert into this chat messages table. So how it works? I'm using the function. So I created a function which is add chat message, which can be executed only by the authenticated user. So it's just inserting into public chat messages content of the user, channel ID that user had to pass by the arguments. So this function has two arguments, p content, p channel ID, and the audio ID, which is that he's logged in. In order to turn on the real time on the table, you just need to go to the edit table and click here enable real time. Other than that, I have the every 5 minutes a CronJob, which is just cleaning up temporary messages. So it's just deleting from chat messages where channel ID is in the non-persistent type channel. From JavaScript code perspective, it's instead of calling from or something like this in the tables, we are calling the RPC, so remote procedure call to our function add chat message with the two of the p channel ID and p content, and I don't need to do anything else here to broadcast the changes to Supabase real time. How to actually register on this channel and to subscribe to the Postgres changes? First of all, I really recommend to call it first. I discovered this bug and I saw that it has no solution, but I found that calling this real-time set out will remove the waiting time from your subscribing to your Postgres. So you just need to call the await this client real-time set out and just return the channel chat messages. And then in the code I have this really nice useChatSubscription, which accepts the all the set messages, set enable subscription, set online users, setters, the clients of the Supabase client, logged in user. And here I'm getting the channel. If the subscription was before set, I need to untrack, unsubscribe, then make set enable subscription to false. And then I'm actually subscribing to this channel on several events. First is presence, second is to listen to the Postgres changes, then on system, and finally on constructed object I'm subscribing, and if the status is subscribed, I can fire the track, because this is how the Supabase require us to do. So first, before the Postgres changes is initialized, it requires few seconds before it can be enabled to really publish to this channel. So first I'm checking if it is okay. Second, I'm subscribing on the Postgres changes. So this is the event, and this event will produce this type, and this type is auto-generated by Supabase. And on top of this payload, I'm setting the messages in the, let's say, React atomic way. And as you can see, I can pass some filters like on event insert, in schema public, and in table chat messages on channel ID equals selected channel, then it will handle this payload. And on presence, I'm doing the simple things. So I'm actually setting up all the online user IDs to later on query for their names or the first letter of their emails in my case. And with that you can do a lot, I would say, without really huge overload of the programming and implementation. This is really the core. So I'm getting the message after somebody insert or update the chat message, and it can take even 1 hour to set up something like this, because all the mechanisms are in the Supabase. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you and see you in the next nugget. Code is in the description.